Hi, it's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. I started out, I'm going to be making a wedding card for very close friends, and you know me, I'm doing it last minute, what else is new? And so I took one of my new AliExpress dies, it's a layering die, and it comes out with this stitched heart. I cut it out of some Bristol Strathmore paper that's 10 inches long and 7 inches high, and then scored at 5 inches, so it comes out to be a 5x7 card, which is a standard card size. I cut another piece of paper that's 7 inches long by a little bit less than 5 inches, so it'll fit in the back here, and it'll fit exactly in there so that I can then stick this little heart on it. And I'm going to put a little bit of foam underneath this, so I'm going to be cutting some fun foam out, so I raised this up. I wanted to come up with a plan that would make this kind of unusual, so I took some fun foam and die cut this congratulations, and then this is pink paper in the same color as my fun foam, and I'm laying it right now on a piece of tear tape. I don't know what I'm going to adhere it with right now, but it's attached to that fun foam. I might never get it off. I don't know. I have a stamp set that came from AliExpress. Of course, they don't really have names on it. I think they called it Dreams in the information, but I use this set called The Best Is Yet to Come that I'm going to stamp under congratulations, maybe right there. I don't know yet. Haven't got a plan, but I wanted to put my my little heart up on, I wasn't sure if I should put it on white or pink, but anyway, that's where we stand as of this moment. And I was going to make a shaker card, but I thought instead what I might do is stamp a bunch of little flower images in here and make it really unusual. They did have this really cool stamp that I thought about stamping it around, but I don't know if I'm talented enough to do that right. I'm thinking about it though. So the first thing I'm going to do, I think, is get some, well, I thought the first thing I would do would be get my MISTI out, but right now, I don't know what to do with it. There it is. There it is. How lucky. Every once in a while, a plan comes together where you actually find what you're looking for. I did take my piece of foam out of it that I got to put back in because these images are in the thin stamps. These little acrylic stamps or clear stamps are really kind of tricky to put into any kind of MISTI where you get a good impression on them. So I'm going to put this inside, and I'm going to have to do it like this because I want only the left side of my card to show, which is this side. I'm going to have to move it in a little bit, I think. I'm going to have to move it in. I don't want to have anything touch my line of my other side of my card. And I'm going to use my grid line at the top to make sure it's straight. I'm going to put that there. So I think I'm going to use Melon Mambo. If I don't like the color on the congratulations, I will just stamp the, oh gee, I forgot the word. I would just stamp the congratulations right into the Melon Mambo to get the color to be right. I'm hoping that this is actually picking up the ink. Hard to tell, you never know, especially since these are newer stamps. But on the flip side of it, I got a piece of fuzz I don't want in there. On the flip side, since it's in the MISTI, we can always redo it, right? Correct. Get that out of the way, because that's not going to work, I don't think. And once it goes to the back, it's just going to end up on the inside of my MISTI, and I'll just need to clean my MISTI. But in the meantime, I'm making sure that I get all of these little things stamped down. Do it again. And again, you're going to cut out all of these stampings so that all that shows is the very first one. So it looks like I'm the greatest stamper alive. Should be good enough. If it's not, I guess we'll go for another plan. If I get any excess, I did wipe it off before I used it. That's something that you should note, that when you have a new stamp set, it's always best if you wipe it off with a baby wipe or some Dawn dishwashing detergent and some, and a nice soft cloth. You don't want to damage it, but you also want to make sure that you do get it nice and clean. Now let's see if I can do another part without moving it with my stamping. So with a clean stamp, make sure it's clean, you're going to lay your card in like that and make sure that you don't overlap. That's where I want it. I'm going to lift it up very gently, and I'm going to put my pieces in. It doesn't matter that I have a little pink on here. I can always fix that. I just want to make sure that's good. I'm also going to make a line so I know where to stop inking. So it's about there. Okay. And that way I won't waste all the ink and I won't have to clean up a lot of mess, because I'm only going to ink as much as I need to. Hopefully. Okay. That looks pretty good. Now we're going to move it again. Doesn't matter if I get anything on the back. I think I already said that, but I want to make sure I tell you that. Your goal here, it doesn't, like I said, doesn't matter. Let's see. I'm going to mask that section and then tear some paper off. Masking is the trickiest part with this, I think. Making sure that you get your stamp in the right spot. Okay, let's see. So we're only going to stamp kind of the bottom section. Alright, that looks pretty good. Next is just that little wee teeny tiny spot that is in fact going to be a scary, scary mystery to me. Like I said, I don't care about that ink that I got on the side. I can always figure out a plan around that. Okay. Then we're just going to put a little bit of ink right in that weird little spot. If you don't have a marker that matches your ink, that's not a big deal. All you really need is either a micro brush or a Q-tip, and then you just stamp it into your ink pad, and then that makes a big difference. You don't have to worry about, the spots that are not looking great. So in my case, all I'm doing is kind of cleaning up and filling in little marks so that nobody will know the difference once I'm done. Okay. Good enough. Let's get our, I think I'm just going to still stick that piece in the inside. Let's see how bad that other side looks. Well, that side doesn't look bad at all. It's probably the back. Yeah, it's the back that's bad. Okay. So what I'm going to do then is I'm still going to leave that in place, but I'm going to attach the it's a little bit less than 5 inches by 7 inches. Wait till you see my pink, pretty hands. I think they're adorable. Okay, now I'm going to wash my hands and I'll be back because I don't want to get my beautiful white heart all dirty. So I've put some fun foam on the back of my poked image, and then I put tear tape on the back of that, and now hopefully it's just a matter of setting this gently. Just push that down. So what I did was I took a scalloped square punch, it was 1 1/4 inch, and I stamped "The Best Is Yet to Come" from the same stamp set as the other. Then I cut a little seam in my edge, and I'm going to tie a bow on, hopefully, over my spot that isn't too pretty. Then no one will notice that either. See how it works when a plan comes together. Make sure I can get that bow tied as tight as I possibly can. I'm going to make that knot really, or that part of my bow really tight, and then hold it, and then pull on my edges till it's small enough to make me happy. I think that's a pretty good size right there. I'm just going to cut my little angles like that. I might go shorter on this side because it's bugging me. I'm going to cut the back off and put a new back on, or I could glue it shut like this. That's better. I'm going to put a little tape runner under it in the back. I should have done this first, I know, but I didn't. And so that'll hold it in place. And then now all I need to do is put my congratulations down. I'm just going to put glue on my finger and then put it on the back of the letters. I'm going to stamp the back with "I made this for you." Wait, I got to put my new back on it. Of course, I forgot that. It's going to be 7 inches by about 6, maybe 6.5, because I need to make sure that I can get it closed properly. So we're going to go to 7 and 6. And then I'm going to make a score line at 1 inch, and that way I'll be able to glue the card in like I had before, if you know what I mean. I'm going to, it still might be a little bit too big, but hopefully it isn't. There's my 6 inch, now it's a 5 inch. Basically all we're trying to do is make the card have a piece so you can't really see that it's messed up. Back to my tear tape. I'm going to put it right up to the edge on both pieces. And that way we can be sure that the fold won't show that much. Okay. Well, at least I'm showing you every mistake you can make in a card. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is stand them up like this, and then put them so they're hopefully lined up like that. That's the easiest way I've found of doing that when you have a card that's a little bit wonky. Then I have a little bit right there that I need to get rid of, and my edge is a little bit long. I thought it might be, but you have to be sure of these things. Okay, now you can't see any of the problems in the back. So here's the end of our card. I didn't put anything in the inside, I just wrote in it, but I did stamp it on the back, and I ran a little runner, it's called Plus, it has hearts and it says happy on it, across the bottom of my envelope. I really hope you enjoyed this and that you'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.